Hey, I got 3 credit card approvals.
Oh! Babe, get that away from me! Stop! What are you doing?
No, I want credit cards. I need money.
That is the devil. This is a demon inside the house.
How else can I get money?
Take that bad energy out of the house.
How else am I gonna get money?
I rebuke credit cards.
How else am I gonna
I already
get
called
money?
about 5 credit card companies today to close my account. We're not going back, babe.
Hey, you're ripping my credit card.
Sit down. We gotta talk about this.
No.
Sit down.
I'm broke. This is all I have to my name.
Okay, I'd rather have this to my name than $3,000 of debt.
Yeah.
$10,000 of debt. A car note. Come on, babe. Let's get back to buying NVIDIA. So that's why I tell you guys the dollar cost average in NVIDIA. Welcome back to Sofa Academics, where I teach you guys how to budget, save, and invest. Make sure you go to sofaacademics.com and start your free budget today. Make sure you check out the latest merch, Bitcoin to the Moon. Let's get straight into the video. Let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. We currently see the markets in extreme fear with a 22 out of 100. And we see the markets trying to turn back out from being at as low as a 7 in extreme fear we've seen earlier these past few weeks. The market's trying to rebound, but now the market's back in a sell-off now. We see that the last week, the market's with extreme fear with a 19 out of 100. And the past month, we see it as a 25 out of 100 the past month. And the past year, we see the market's now in fear. Now it's good now, guys. We got the past year, the market's in extreme fear. We just got it down to fear. We're not in extreme fear yet. Maybe we need more holding on interest rates or some bad economic news about economic data on inflation. Something right now would make the market get down even more, would be good. But right now is a perfect time to buy, guys. As we see, this is the best time to be investing anytime, whatever it's stocks, mutual funds. Right now is where you can start practicing how to save, put in penny a day to get that stress away, guys. So let's get straight into the vids on these stocks. As we take a look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin had a phenomenal day today. We hit a low about 85,000 and shot up to 89,000 today. And now Bitcoin is currently sitting in this range where buyers are stepping in. And Bitcoin has been in this consolidation for about at least 3 months now. And as we look at Bitcoin, we will continue buying, at least adding 15% of our income into Bitcoin to the rest of the year, because this one's going to opportunity to go back to 150,000. And I like where cryptocurrency is in that. We need some turnaround in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in the next few months as data on inflation and interest rates start to drop. This is a great one to keep looking at. We still have Ethereum sitting at this $1,500 level. We've seen Ethereum at $4,000 earlier in January and December 2024. Now it's a perfect time to pick up Ethereum if you are late into investing into cryptocurrency. Bitcoin and Ethereum are the first two I will start off personally, as these two are down at least 65%, and this one is down $2,698 in the last 126 days. Ethereum is one of my top picks in my portfolio, and I'll continue loading up on this one as it's in the perfect zone for you to start investing in. You guys know Solana is my top 3 cryptocurrencies to have now, as Solana adds a quicker way for you to do transactions on the blockchain network. This one's down 85% in the last 77 days, and we got this one down $194. I like Solana at $125 to $135. Anything below that is even better. I continue loading up on Solana towards the end of the year. MSTR has been staying strong these last 3 weeks. We've seen it pull down to $238 on Tuesday, April 8th. Now we got it back at $317. And today showed some bullish momentum as Bitcoin had a nice day too. This one went up to a high about $331 and a low of $310. This is a guaranteed buy for the rest of the year, as it's down 55% and it's down $298. This is a one that you need to put a long leap on to get a nice growth income. Coinbase is another top pick for me as well, as it's sitting at $175. And we seen Coinbase at this price like last year between January and October. This is a great one to buy towards now, as we got it in this correction about 58% and it's down $203. And I continue loading up on Coinbase as we've seen it bottom out, and we're going to see some bullish momentum back in Coinbase as we've seen that rally in December and November. Great one to have long term and put some long leaps as well to get a $20,000 bet. Marathon Digital, Hut 8, CleanSpark, and Riot are 4 minor cryptocurrencies that you should invest in. And choose one of them in your portfolio, as they're all down at least 50% or more, and down at least $20 to $15 for you to get a nice $2,000 investment return. And as we push this full rally towards the end of the year with Trump dropping tariffs and these interest rates boosting the economy, pay attention to data and job, of course, as we push now towards the end of the year. Man, DJT, Donald Trump's stock in buyer's mode. So we seen this nice double bottom. The first one hit last year, September 2024, and now the current one is in February 2025, where we seen this bottom finish out after being up to about $65. We're actually back down to $22, and right now it's a good time to invest in this one to times 3 what we put in. You get at least about 4-band return on a long leap off DJT. Right now, we've seen DJT being in the winning streak for the last about 4 days, and you want to pay attention to this stock, because once this one flies, you better be in it or you're just gonna miss the train. Same thing as GameStop. GameStop is down to $26, and we've seen winning streaks with GameStop the past few weeks. And as we hit $20 last week, GameStop is currently in the buy mode as we push back down to $65 like it did last year in May. And we continue buying GameStop as it hits this support level, and we don't see GameStop break below our line of $20. So that's a huge area of support if you're watching GameStop on technicals. And you know, everybody knows that GameStop trades off technicals and fundamentals as well, when somebody tweeting or going a huge position on a company. But as well as technicals, that's the number one to look at as GameStop finishes out this formation towards the end of the year on this double bottom. You guys are late to dividend investing. Earlier the better. I know y'all haven't really started long-term investments like that, but dividends is a great way to grow your portfolio passively and over time and get multiple streams. So Nike is one of my favorite ones for you to start your dividend investment portfolio, as now we got Nike down to $56. Previously, when I was watching my videos, we seen Nike down to $90, $70, and it just kept pulling back down. As we see now, we got this area of Nike being lower than it has been the last 5 years. Best time to invest is whenever you see a stock beat up days consistently. There's going to be a turnaround in Nike. It's already down 67%, $119 the last 600 days. So this is one to keep your eye on if you want to continue buying dollar cost average in Nike so you can build up them dividends. Speaking of dollar cost averaging, I would dollar cost average in TQQQ Pro Shares, which is basically a nice little mutual fund that's grossed off the NASDAQ and the index. So now we continue buying this one as it's down $41 and it's down 7% today. And we got this one back to like $53 off the announcement of the pause on tariffs. Now we got this one to go up more than 50%, and we can double what we put in if we can grow a nice little investment to this one now and wait for the investment to ride out in this bull market. This is the one that dollar cost average in for nice strong growth, but it's less risky because it's sitting at $41 as well.
Hey, I got 3 credit card approvals.
Babe, get that away from me! Stop! What are you doing?
No, I want credit cards. I need money.
That is the devil. This is a demon inside the house.
How else can I get money?
Take that bad energy out of the house.
How else am I gonna get money?
I rebuke credit cards.
How else am I gonna get money?
I already called about 5 credit card companies today to close my account. We're not going back there.
Hey, you're ripping my credit card.
Sit down. We gotta talk about this.
No.
Sit down.
I'm broke. This is all I have to my name.
Okay, I'd rather have this to my name than $3,000 of debt. $10,000 of debt. A car note. Come on, man. Let's get back to buying NVIDIA. So that's why I tell you guys to dollar cost average NVIDIA instead of getting credit cards. If we get these different credit cards and we get 5 different credit cards to our names, that means we're paying somebody else out of our pocket every month. Instead of dollar cost averaging, that $50 or $100 payments that we make on the car note or our credit cards can go into NVIDIA. And NVIDIA can grow to about 35% because it's down already 31% in the last 64 days and it's down $50. So we can get 35% off our investment while you losing the investment off paying these credit cards, and they're giving you cash back. And they're giving you 1 cent cash back for swiping in the stores. Meanwhile, you could be getting 35% investment off NVIDIA in a year or even 6 months. So come on, guys. Let's get away from these credit cards and let's start building wealth slowly. I'm not trying to sell you a course because you subscribe. It's Soulful Academics. I'm putting you guys on game. Every time you see how much these people emailing me, they sending me mail to to come up and sign up for their credit cards, they're trying to take money out our pockets, and we're not trying to invest for the long run to build generational wealth when we sign up. So come on, guys, don't fall for the temptation. Go ahead and get that cash card. Get away from the credit cards. Let's start paying out these student loans and never go back to them. You know, once you're a borrower and you borrow so much, you don't want to be a borrower again. That's for my smart people. But people that don't learn from borrowing and they stay stuck in it, they forever borrow and we never learn from. Let's look at Tesla. Tesla is one of America's biggest promoted electrical vehicle. And regardless of all the hate on Tesla, Tesla is a great stock. That's down at $227. It's down 6%. Past 83 days, we see Tesla down $270. So that means if we invest in Tesla with dollar cost average and we start off slow, and then once we get that lump sum and start getting that consistently built due to time, compound interest, Tesla is a volatile stock. So we got at least a 100% return on investment when Tesla goes back to $500 while it's currently at $227. Now we continue adding to dollar cost average with Tesla, even on good and bad days. And if we continue this starting today on April 27, then we can continue loading up and buying Tesla. Next thing you know, at the end of the year, our investment started off with $10 and we got $3,000 worth of investment. And we can do more with that later on. But first, start off slow and don't look at only looking at it at the end of the year. Look at it on more time, 10 years. So this is a great one to add to your portfolio right now. As flashing by right now. Another company that's flashing by is Qualcomm. I know Qualcomm is one of those mobile device electronic semiconductor companies that always stays consistent when it comes to growth with the stock. And whenever buyers step in, they always reach for a new all-time high. Well, Qualcomm was at $230 last year. In the last 293 days, we've seen that Qualcomm is down 48% and it's down $110. I continue loading up on Qualcomm because not only because you can benefit from the dollar cost averaging, but once that dollar cost averaging profits from the stock going up, you can also profit with dividends. Dividends for Qualcomm is pretty nice. It's one of the best stocks besides Nike for dividends. And I'll load up on Qualcomm as it's one of the good technology sectors to have in your portfolio. We see AMD is currently still down under $100 and it's flashing sale right now in front of our eyes as one of the best semiconductors besides NVIDIA. And it's currently down the last 392 days. It's down 63% and $142. Well, if we got leaps and we already have investment built up, we can take advantage of this stock being down and get at least a $14,000 investment off option leaps or at least a 100% return on the long-term stock dollar cost average. So we continue looking at AMD as it's down 85. Price target for AMD this year is about $160. MongoDB has been obliterated the last 1,226 days, and we see it's now $438. And it's down 73%. This right here has the opportunity to go back to $500 in the next 2 years. There's the demand for database storage. And I see as a software developer in the field, I see how the demand in this software is used for storing data. And behind AWS, its competitor, this one's actually a real good cloud device to have. And they get more into AI. I will invest into this company. And once I start bringing up the AI races, don't forget about MongoDB. And this one has huge potential for you to have growth with income and dollar cost average. But off leaps right here, you are looking about a $50,000 return off per contract. I'll keep looking at this one as the next 2 years price target for MongoDB is about $502. If we look at MongoDB's past earnings, MongoDB always surprises Wall Street and beats earnings expectations more than 50%, and the stock price is still down to the mud. This is signs that the company has huge growth, but it does not match the stock price. So if I look at the price over earnings, MongoDB pretty sure has either a low 10 or negative price over earnings, and we continue looking at the stock long term. ARM is one of those semiconductor stocks as well with NVIDIA and AMD. We got it down to $96, and we seen earlier this year it was up to $180. So we got it down at least 50%. And if we can dollar cost average into this high growth technology stock, we continue building a long-term portfolio as this one will be back at that price as soon as they start talking about AI race. I'm also liking how Microsoft's been down to $359, and we know Microsoft always stays up above $300. We haven't really seen it down too much besides 2022 whenever it poured out at 226, but even still, that's not really too low as Microsoft stock. This is a great one to add to the portfolio as we see it down at least 26% in the last 278 days. It's down $125. And like I said, the bigger the fall, the bigger the profit. With over time, you can dollar cost average into this and get this whole gain back in return, but even more as it reaches an all-time high this year. And we can continue to get some dividend returns with a 25% payout ratio, which is about 83 cents a share, which is pretty good for owning a stock with dividends. And if you got capital, this is always a good one to start building on. We could have got the e-commerce giant Shopify in a correction down $81 per share. Shopify was at $130, and we know Shopify's business is going to be expanding and profiting off these tariffs as they got more way to increase their revenue with this way that company's spending. We see their past earnings report. This stock has actually been really good with earnings, and they're surprising Wall Street with great earnings. So as we see Shopify starting to bottom out, we can get at least a 50% return if we can pull back to where we were the last 3 months in February, so $130. But all time, I do see Shopify reaching its all-time price of $177 in November 2021. And we continue buying right now. Every time we see Shopify in this correction, like we seen in September 2023, we seen one in July 2024, and we seen in October 2022. This is the best time for you to keep buying dollar cost average. We've seen the stock down in these dips. Alibaba, the tech Chinese stock, is great one to buy right now. It's at $110. Alibaba has dividends, so we don't always dollar cost average profit in, but we're profiting off dividends. And as we push back to $148 as we were 2 months ago, I continue to load up on Alibaba as we push up to all-time about $310. And I like the ride. This stock is at its dip right now. We keep buying in these dips. We have way to increase our dollar cost average. Firm is sitting at the dip as we seen it increase down to the downside, and we start seeing that it started in 2022. Every time we see a firm in this correction, like we seen in August 2024, November 2023, and then previously in April 2023, and now we're seeing it April 2025. These patterns, every time we see the stock down, starting in this uptrend 2 years ago, is a great time to buy. It's down 63%, and it's down $51 in the last 41 days.
See, Mariah? Don't be like these YNs. You hear me? Stay away from these YNs. Are you finna who, bro? Heck yeah. Hey, he the coldest one out here and give anybody a bucket, bro. Seriously. He looked at him like he can't give you. Bro, he'll give you a bucket, bro. In them Yeezys. Tell him you'll give him a bucket, bro. I help you give him a bucket. Yeah. We'll double team him.
Gotta split on the shoes now.
Yeah.
Getting serious, huh?
Yeah.
Oh hell.
Nah, for real, bro. They don't want me to put the shoes on, bro. Especially this one right here.
Put some respect on my name. I watch that. Look to it, let me figure out. I love that.
Hey, you got your phone on you, bro?
Yes. My bad.
Go ahead, sub to the YouTube, bro. Nah. I ain't got Apple Pay.
Right game, wrong mic. I signed your ball, though.
You gonna sign my ball?
I signed your best.
You want a picture?
It's your ball.
You can get a picture, bro. I got you, bro. You get it ass nicely. Like, give him a picture.
Hey, I'm guarding him all game.
You want a picture?
You don't want to. Try not just see how it what? English? Spanish, man.
Zach, what's the team? Hello, Kobe Bryant.
No, you don't.
Damn.
All neck too. Yeah.
I thought he had first. Bro, all these boys, sorry. I'm gonna give him a bucket. I'm gonna give him a bucket, bro. I'm gonna give him a bucket. Damn. Damn. Good shot, bro. Good shot.
Q, super cap. Right. Hey, fuck that. You always talking about next best and good catch, man.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Swoo. I got first. I got second.
Where Charles went?
I'm gonna have to get the shoes, bro. I might not have been a teenager. Whenever you read the Bible, did you know what it was saying and stuff?
No, I was brought up as Catholic. It's just rebellion, so everything was strictly done in religion.
Okay.
So it's hard to understand as a youngster.
Exactly the
It's
same.
hard to really understand what I was supposed to believe in, what I wasn't supposed to believe in, and how I was supposed to take it. And the faith that was supposed to be broken down to what I was supposed to have.
Exactly. That's why I feel like as a kid, you're supposed to like go through the mistakes and the things that you're not supposed to be doing, and then you know not to do them, and then you start learning from them. That's like whenever life works is like you go through trial and error and humiliation, and then comes like wisdom from that though. Some people gotta learn either by touching the hand on the stove, or people gotta find out by reading and like, okay, I gotta stay away from this. I gotta stay away from Uncle Jane down the street slanging dope in the neighborhood, because that's the only thing in my environment, you know?
Yeah. Like they said, we are the product of the youth, man. We
Yeah, we are.
gotta give to those.
We can only do what we see other people do. That's why like influencers really are like a big thing. We gotta be careful what we influence, to be honest, bro. But you don't know that, you know what I'm saying? Because until you actually go through that and realize like I'm still living life and a human being too, like learning it at the same time. So how do I live this certain lifestyle while other people are watching me and
You're always gonna be watched. No matter.
exactly.
I had a probation officer tell me one time, he said, sir,
You're always gonna be
he
watched,
said-
man.
He said, you're always gonna be watched no matter what time of the hour it is.
Yeah.
No matter if you're sleeping, if you're not sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're in the most tightest spaces where light can't get in.
Nah, it's facts.
Watching you.
Someone is watching, and I think God is always watching us too at the same time. Cause as a little kid, bro, I feel like I didn't really pay attention to like too much things I didn't know. I feel like as a kid, we don't know like anything, bro. Like to be honest, we think we know a lot as a kid, but we really don't know as compared to what like people know and other things outside the world know. So that's why you gotta kind of protect what you know and your innocence. You don't need to know too much things. Like imagine if we don't know what imagine if we didn't know what we knew like now.
Yeah.
Would you think you live life different if you would have the same type of mentality as a kid? Would that be better for you or
My
worse?
life, I'd be in prison.
You're right.
Prison dead or not living the life I'm living right now. I'm blessed to have what I have, even though I got it, even not the most.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to have everything that I do have, because it's hard out here, man. It's
Exactly.
real life out here. Your coldest decisions are going to make you or break you.
Yeah.
The hardest thing is actually dealing with it every day.
Exactly.
Having to be a man, just break it down with discipline. Having to not go where you think you can't go just to get it because you used to get it that way. Instead, you just want to try to propose like you're getting married every day.
Exactly. We propose to like what? For having faith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can do that. I think you can propose to having faith. I think faith is something that builds a relationship with a lot of other people in society. I think that's
Yeah, I think we already be having faith naturally though, because how do I know I'm going to make it to work every day? Or how do I know I'm going to have to brush my teeth or wash my butt whenever I take a dump? You know what I'm saying?
Goodness.
Stuff like that. How do we know like we have faith in it? Like I have faith that if I click my button, use my face ID, I'm going to turn on my phone.
I think a lot of things are unpredictable.
I got faith that if I give somebody, I can give this person $10, they'll pay me back. You know, we gotta
Yeah,
put
but
faith
is that
more
real
into
faith or
things
is
like
that you just
the
trust
Lord for
yourself?
real.
Is that real faith or is that trust? That's
True.
what you have to believe.
True.
Is it trust or faith? There's a difference between trust and faith, and what you're saying right now is the same thing about trust.
Oh, the difference between trust and faith. What's the difference between trust and faith? It sounds the same.
Something that's within you that you believe in.
Uh-huh.
Trust is something that you're taking off of someone's oath.
Okay.
Therefore, you have to stand by what you believe you live by.
But in order to have faith in something, you gotta have trust, though, right?
No,
Not really.
no, those are two different things. Again, I said trust and faith. You trust somebody with a handshake.
Yeah.
You trust somebody when they tell them you're gonna pay you back. Faith is like, oh man, well, I just hope he pays me back. I got that faith that you'll pay me back, bro.
Mm-hmm.
With that trust, that's a strong bond, man.
It's okay.
That's like when a man sit there.
That's why it says like I trust in God. Okay,
Yeah.
dang.
But not in man.
Mm-hmm. Not of the world, for real. The world, you know, the world is supposed to be cool, but we're not supposed to be in love with the world, like the outside world.
Supposed to be at war with the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with the world, not.
Exactly.
Yeah, world.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Nah, you good.
War with the world.
Ooh, that's bars.
And a lot of people don't understand you, but
Nah,
at
shit.
war with the Lord.
Uh-huh.
You might as well just go and ask God for forgiveness every day and go.
Because you never win.
You might as well just.
At least, yeah, exactly. If you have war with the Lord, you might as well just give up. Because it never gets higher. You never will get higher than the Lord. I feel like we always be trying to take control of our like lives and stuff like that instead of just like sitting back and trusting God, like you said. Because every day nowadays, I be trying to take control of things like, all right, I like to do things this way, this way, this way. It's called like project management, you know? Like taking control of things so I can like have a fruitful ending. But like, yeah, you gotta sow what you reap, but you just gotta sow a couple times and let God do the growing.
Heaven and hell, right?
What's up?
You heard of heaven and hell. You heard we're on the streets. Some people say we're living in heaven and hell every day because of what cards we're given and
Yeah,
financial
I heard that.
financial institution that we have and
Exactly.
all our things that each individual is like a movie set.
Mm-hmm.
They're like a movie set. Each individual's like one because everyone plays a role in this world to make it go around.
Exactly.
Right?
Facts.
Put it this way, for example. You're a part of a scene right now for the day. Tomorrow's a different scene. You don't know how it's going to turn out. Who's going to like it?
What's up, Taj? Yes, sir. Ski, that boy, you about to put up to the hoop? Ski, my boy. You about to hoop? Yes, sir. I'm pulling out with the straight, trying to get some sunlight. Just chilling. Yes, sir. Ski, that boy Taj. But nah, you was spitting, bro. Facts.
I'm done spitting.
Nah, you good, bro. Because people already feel like they living in heaven and hell like right now.
Oh,
But,
yeah, honestly, people are already living like they're in heaven and hell.
mm-hmm.
The reason why we say that is because you can be poor one day and one day you be rich.
Yeah.
What do you want better? You want greed? Or do you want peace? What do you want? Do you want love? Or do you want comfort?
Exactly.
Do you want dissatisfaction? Or do you want everyday hurt?
Dang, that's a good one.
You can't live life knowing where your true blessings are coming from anymore because you as man has already lost what you try to control.
What do you mean by that?
You know what? What I mean by that is what you suddenly lose under control. I think honestly that's something that, like I said, it's how you can spend your money, for example.
Yeah.
You save your money, you're going to be wealthy. You don't save your money, you're going to continue to be poor. You live in sin for buying shit that you know you don't need day in and day out. Your body needs food to survive because that's your fuel.
Dang, bro, you going somewhere with that for real. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
But
Like,
what I'm trying to
that's
say
why I
is
feel like we gotta pay for things. Whenever you say I pay for it, like,
you feel better about it because you sit there and they say, well, the 7-day man shouldn't work 25. That's a Sabbath day.
and Jesus, like, he gave us this life for a cost, so that's why we pay for things. Like, that's why ain't nothing really in life free now.
Oh man, hell, I hate to be nasty, but you know, pussy ain't free, bro. You know, like with people ain't free. Throwing the ball with the people right now, that ain't free.
Yeah.
They're taking up each other's time.
So you're saying you can't have like a relationship or a friendship that don't involve something or giving something?
Nothing
Nothing in return?
Nothing's free. Let's just rephrase that again. Nothing is free.
Facts.
I don't care how you want to look at it, how you want to.
Yeah.
Nothing is.
Ain't nothing free. I feel like even like what God got for us ain't free either. We gotta really work for it. Like,
Yeah.
we gotta put in maximum work, then we put it in 9 to 5. Cause what we doing with God, we working on our relationship with him takes more effort than anything in this world. And that's what we really should be worried about, because everything else gonna fall behind it.
Yeah, what's true pressure though?
You saw what?
I said, what is true pressure?
What is true pressure?
What's that to you?
Like pressure, I mean like something that takes hard work and like discipline and faith. You having a good relationship and you having control of your emotions and what God has for you for real, like staying away from things that the devil wants is something that's like not what for God wants, basically.
Yeah.
And because you know the devil will try to distract you, take you away off your path, and because God has something real good planned for you, and the devil will try to trick you in thinking that you're not good enough or you're just less, like not even less of yourself, because God already knows if you're a person of God, you already have that in your spirit. You know that it's not really prideful, but you are confident because the Holy Spirit is inside of you. So that is some type of confidence, so you're to walk a straight path. And basically the devil will come off you, he'll try to reroute you, make you take the wrong exit towards your destiny. That's how I like to really think about it, because every day we got to fight that battle of temptation.
It's like coaling a steak.
Exactly.
Eating a steak and putting it on the coal. It's raw till you want to make it good.
Not facts.
You make it good, boy, you a sinful motherfucker.
Bro, it's right, man.
The steak's cooking.
It's hard for you to go
Everything's
back
just
to that
going
path.
back to that path of
Exactly.
unrighteousness and sinful behavior, and you're just like, you know what, screw it, I'm going to go ahead and cook that steak some more.
Not facts.
Burn it, it's still bloody. You still want that sinful taste.
Not for real.
And you take it off the grill and you eat it and you're like, damn, that's a good steak.
And you think about it too, like whenever you first lose your virginity and stuff like that, it's like whenever you start having sex or you start becoming aware of new things, even not only sex, whenever you try something new for the first time, there's a dopamine that comes in your mind, like, oh yeah, I like this, I'm gonna continue doing it. Like I'm gonna want it more, basically. Once you start getting knowledge of things, that's why whenever Eve ate the Adam and Eve ate the apple, she came more aware to knowledge of the world. And that really got her off the path to get sin in the world. And that's the same thing with us too. Once we try something new that we never done before, and especially with lust. Lust is like the biggest thing now in the world that really can make you or break you at this point, because it's everywhere. Like that's why people, it's like the biggest drug. It's something that really the devil knows he can use for people to throw them off their path too. Because whenever we have something lined up, the devil will come up with some thoughts. It can be anything. Anything that really comes to mind that really knows, he knows you just because God knows you as well. He'll try to distract you, throw you off the path that you have lined up already. So that's why every day is a battle for real. Especially if you're a young man. Young man, you got a lot of responsibility in the world. And they have to play an important part in the world. What's up, my boy? It's good, dog? Good, bro. It's good seeing you, fam.
Doing camera
Yes,
work
sir, it's good. I need you out there Saturday, man. Yeah, okay. I feel that though, the little one. Sersky, you doing, bro? Yeah. Yeah, you're good. But nah, seriously though, guys, we just gotta become aware of things like that and start early, bro. Like, if you're not doing something that you don't need to be doing, don't get tempted into doing things that's just because you see your friends doing it, for real. Because your friends can have you going the whole different path, and your friends can tempt you doing the things that really not set up for you, and you might not realize that at the moment, but you really watch who your friends are and who you surround your energy around, because that's who you're gonna become for real. And like whenever you surround your energy around people, you want to make sure that the relationship have God in that relationship, because it may not be strong as how you think it is, because any relationship that's with God and Jesus inside of it is going to be the best relationship.
It's good out here.
It does, bro. It does feel good out here, man. But that's really all I want to talk to you guys about, for real, because number one, if you're not feeling happy or the best spirit that you have right now, if you ain't uplifted, feeling like that every day, really consider who you surrounding yourself with. And then number one, think about where you're spending your time. If your time ain't spend it towards something that's gonna uplift your spirit and it's gonna decrease in energy, then you want to make change to that where that time is going. So I'm thinking, okay, I spend at least an hour on my device. So I want to cut that. I want to get some of my time with that. I want to give it to something that's gonna uplift my spirit. Maybe I can do some scripture time with this, or I can do something that can uplift my spirit that I like to do. It's something that I was doing since a kid. And really think about it. Just really tap into yourself. Or instead of going out with my friends this weekend and getting a drink or getting high, then I can really spend the time and stay high with the Lord and make sure my spirit high. So we really just gotta it's a mind game out here, guys. We gotta do the opposite thinking of what we're doing for real. Things that we never would do, we gotta go ahead and start it. Cause that's something that we're not really comfortable right now of doing, is living in our lowest means. And what I mean that is really just being still. Being still, protecting your eyes, number one, because your eyes is going to really direct where you're going and what your vision is for yourself and what God has for you. So you always want to protect your eyes, and that's a way that you can get, your eyes are a way that you can get distracted easily. If your eyes is not paying attention to the straight path, how you gonna know where you're going? So I always want to get your eyes locked in, and always exercising for real, man, because this is an exercise, this is a battle every day. You can't just do it one time a week and then you're good for the rest of the year. Real success start off by building brick by brick every night, every day, every morning. So make sure you starting strong in prayer, because that prayer is where that brick is gonna get you that firm foundation. So come wind coming, storms coming, you always gonna be in that path to staying solid, because God's gonna do the rest. He's gonna make sure the plant grow, but you gotta plant it. You gotta plant these different seeds every day. Come on, man. You gotta be planning and praying, because person that doesn't have no plan doesn't know where he's gonna end up. He just gonna be on the TV telling his vision. You tell the television the vision of what you have. Okay, guys? Why, bro? You in the bins, dog? So? Come on, man. I feel you, though, bro. Can I get your autograph? Come on, can I get your autograph? Why not? What's up, my baby? Hi. Yeah. That's gonna cap it off for today's video. Make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, and go to Soulful Academics to start your free budget today. Check out the latest merch. I'll see you guys in the next one.